Hi there, it's Manal from miniscraftboutique. Thank you for watching my video today. Today I am really very excited to share with you a huge jumbo sized octagon box. I have searched YouTube for a whole year almost now, and I was looking out for an octagon box in large size. I did find eight-sided boxes. However, they were either made using a machine or a die, or they were not the size what I was looking for. So I went ahead, experimented, and created one of my own. And you can see that it's pretty huge. It has an unusual closure at the top, and at the widest it measures almost 6.25, no sorry, 6.5 inches. So it's pretty huge. You can always reinforce the base with stronger card, or you can the gray board or the chipboard to have heavy gifts inside. But if I open it, you will be able to see that it can house a lot of stuff inside. It's quite spacious, it's quite roomy inside, and it is 6 inches in height, and if you add 1 inch from the top as well, so it's 7 inches in total, 6.5 inches at the widest. So a pretty good size to have a gift box. When I was trying out the prototype, I had wasted so many boxes, and one that I made was this one. You see that it did not just close at the bottom, plus its top was also not looking really good. But I really liked how the effect on plain cardstock was apparent and not on the pattern paper. So I decided to make one for the tutorial using a plain cardstock and then embellishing it on the sides. So let's just quickly crack on. Oh, by the way, the paper that I have used for this collection is by Pappy Scrappy, and I will share its link in the description box below. So keep an eye out over there. So now for this box that we are creating right now, I have already gone ahead and prepared some of the stuff, and one side I've already done, and the other one I'm going to do in front of you. So for one box of this size, you are going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 10.5 by 12 inches. Okay, on the 10.5 inch side, first of all, you are, where has that focus gone? Okay, so at the 10.5 inches side, you are going to score it at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and at 10. Okay, you now are going to rotate it so that this half-inch tab is at the bottom, and now you are going to score it at 3 inches and 9 inches. Okay, so now this is the 12-inch side across the top. Now you're going to rotate it back and have the half-inch tab over here, and you scored it this way the first time. And now you're going to make little marks on the top at 1.25, at 3 3/4, at 6.25, and at 8 3/4. So these marks are exactly the midpoints of these rectangular pieces. All right, now make sure when you are scoring both the pieces, you score them the same way, otherwise it's going to be not aligning properly. Okay, so I have the half-inch tab over here on this piece and half-inch tab over here on this piece as well. So let's just get rid of this. Now take your ruler, and let me just quickly show you by bringing it at the top. Okay, so these are the little marks that we have made, and this is one of the rectangles or the top portions over here. So let me just show you this one, because that has the half-inch tab. Okay, so this is the mark here, and this is the section that we need to work on. Okay, what we're going to do is, this is the top section over here, right? What we're going to do is we are going to draw a cross like this. Okay, we are going to draw two score lines, one from here to here and one from here to here. All right, and then wherever that cross has that middle point, we are going to draw a score line from this mark up till that point where the cross lines intersect. So let me just make one and show it to you. It seems difficult and technical, but trust me, it's not. Once you get your hands on this and you're done with the measurements, it's really pretty simple. And it was a headache when I was working out the measurements, but once they're done, it's super easy. And I did make one in a smaller size as well, which is an ideal size for wedding favor boxes that I'll be sharing soon on my channel. So keep watching and make sure that you get all the notifications. Okay, so if I bring it closer again, now it's going to make much more sense. One score line from here to here and the other from here to here, and one score line from this point to this point where the score lines are intersecting. All right, and we're going to do the same on top except this 1/2 inch tab. Okay, so let me just quickly do one more and then I'm going to put on fast forward so that you do not have to wait for long. Okay, I have chosen this plum colored card because I wanted to go for gold, and it really goes along well with white and gold. I wanted gold to be used in my project today, so this was the color that I chose, and I'm really happy with the result. So quickly, okay, so we are done with all the scoring, and do not worry, I'll put all the measurements on my blog. Plus I have drawn a template for this scoring and cutting piece, and that I'll be uploading on my blog as well, so you can always go back and refer to that whenever you plan to make this box and you are finding any difficulty. So now just quickly reinforce all the score lines. Do not reinforce the score lines in this section, okay, but just do the rest of them. All right, now comes the cutting bit. We are going to take this wedge or this tiny rectangle away, okay, and then we are going to cut up these score lines up till here. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut, and when you are taking the wedge off of this 1/2 inch tab, I'm doing it at a deeper angle this time so that the box folds easily. Now along this tab again, what you're going to do is you are going to fold it in half, or if you do not want to do that, you can always do it the other way by opening it up. We just want such cut over here. You can always go individually and then cut out the notches, and then again at a little deeper angle than usual. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to fold these score lines which we have just made, because once it's cut, it's easy for you to fold these and reinforce them. I'm just reinforcing them lightly with my hand, and do that along all of the top section. Okay, so I forgot to cut these score lines, so I've gone ahead and cut those as well and folded these towards myself. So all of these are going to be the mountain folds. All right, now when you are going to punch the holes at the top, what you're going to do is you are going to take this top triangle and punch a hole like this, and then I have used it as a reference by folding it over and again, so the all so that all the holes are lined up. Now I'm going to use this one as a template, put on top of this, and then I'm going to punch holes in all of the tiny triangles. So I'm going to make sure that the tops line up really well, and using my punch tool I am going to punch holes. Okay, okay, so I am done with punching out the holes, and they are all aligned, or they are in the same position. Now for the decoration of the box, I have used this stamp from the stamp set Simply Floral by Do Crafts, and this came with the Papercraft magazines. I have used this, and I stamped the image with my Versamark on a white cardstock, and used my golden embossing powder and heat embossed it, and just look at the lush shine it is giving. Okay, so I took 2 sheets of A4, or you can take one sheet of 12 by 12. Just stamp the image using your embossing ink, and then using your golden embossing powder you can emboss it, and then I've cut these down to according to the size that was required. So for the measurements of mats, the golden mats are, you need 8 of these, which measure 2 1/4 by 5 3/4, and the white embossed piece is 2 by 5 1/2. Okay, so you need 8 of those as well. I'm just quickly going to paste them on these sections. Okay, once you're done pasting all the panels, you need to glue down both the pieces, and this 1/2 inch tab is going to be your joining point for both of them. So I'm going to put glue. Make sure you cover the edges well. And once you stick your panels down onto the sides of the box, you give it a bit of time to dry. When you are joining both pieces together, make sure that both of these score lines are in one line or are flush with each other. Put glue on this 1/2 inch tab as well. And just fold it over and bring this space up here, and again make sure that your score lines are flush with each other. Okay, just bring it up, make sure the edges are all joined. Now, once you are done with joining the sides of the bag, you're just going to turn the box and make it stand upright on your working desk, And if you have folded these notches correctly in the correct way, which is the mountain folds, then you will be easily be able to pinch these down. Okay, pinch these down just like this. And once all of them are pinched down, this is how you're going to get the shape from on the top of your box. And I'm going to use a golden ribbon or a twine, whatever you want, whatever is handy or whatever is convenient for you to use. You're just going to feed it through these holes, okay, and that's going to give you a string to pull open your box and close it. Just quickly do it. Just now, once you've fed the ribbon through all the holes, just lightly pull the ends of the ribbon. Just make sure that you do it slightly and push with your other hand so that the box starts taking its shape. So you see how pretty the top of the box is looking. I just love the outcome. Really cool. Now you are going to tie a bow and a knot at the top over here. If you want, you may wish to add a tag. I'm going to leave it as it is for now, because once I am sure of the occasion that I'm gifting this on and to whom I'm gifting this, I'm going to add the sentiment then. Now let's just come to the base. Once you've done the top, it's really easy for you to put the base together. And I think there was some glue stuck to the base. So open it up. Now you can see that it's pretty easy for you to align all these pieces together, because these ones need to be like this on top of each other. They need to be in line with each other, and when you're done with the top, they all automatically line up. So putting glue on this and here, just a tiny bead towards the edge, I'm going to put this like so, and you're going to do it with all the ones that are facing each other. All right, just quickly grab your glue, put it here and over here as well, so that they face each other or are in line with each other like this. Now, these ones, just turn it around and just press it a little bit. Don't worry about the top. Now take a scrap piece of white paper and put your box on top of it so that two of its edges are in line with the paper. If I bring this into focus, you can see that my box, this side of the box is in line with the edge of the paper, and this side is in line as well. I'm sure you won't be able to see, but this is how it is to be drawn or traced around on the paper. So just grab a pencil or a pen and draw outline of the box. Now you are just going to cut it a little bit inside this traced line, okay? Just a little bit, not too much. And we had two edges already aligned with the box, so just taking a smidge off of these two sides as well. Turn over the box, and now you can see that it's going to more or less fit quite well. Just move it around to see which side matches which one. If you have a bit of overhang, you can always cut that out. I think it was this way. Yes, I think. So I'm just quickly grabbing my glue, putting it on the inside, and just pasting it over the place. You can see that I have a bit of overhang over here, but I'll cut that in a moment. Just turn it over, and now take your box and just take your scissors and cut off the excess like this. Just a tiny tad bit over here as well, and the rest is, I guess, all fine. So just take this out, and this is your box. I would say it's a luxury gift box because of its shape, its look, its colors, and the gold always complements every color. I really like the snowflake pattern on the top, and if you compare it with the box that I have made it in pattern paper, this one has a pretty defined pattern at the top. If I bring it closer and I make you compare both of them, this one has much sharper look. It looks much more giftable, but anyhow, it can be made in any theme, any color combinations, any pattern paper. It can be made for babies as well, because I might make one in the baby version as well, because my brother just had a baby girl, and I think I'm going to make one for her and put some stuff inside for her, and that's going to make a cute little box. Not little, but a cute huge box in itself. So I hope that you have liked today's tutorial, and take care.